Morning students. Today we will start the new topic, new chapter, three-dimensional geometry. Chapter number 11. Three-dimensional geometry. In class 11th you already studied two-dimensional geometry. In that you studied about line and circle and about some conic section like parabola, hyperbola and ellipse. This year we have a different geometry, three-dimensional geometry, and we already have studied the concept. Initialization we already have made in vector. The thing which I want to tell you, which is very important, that this is actually a mixed study. Three-dimensional as well as vector will include in that. Whatever the equation we will see, we have to remember both of the equation. Cartesian equation and vector equation. Cartesian equation meaning three-dimensional geometry, under this we will study, and vector equation also must be remembered. So here we have to study two things, line and a plane. So one by one we will look after that, but in first exercise there is only a revision. So again we will look for those concepts which we have seen in the last chapter, vector, and the concept is direction, cosines and direction ratios of any line. So this time I am using line. In last chapter I used vector word, but this time I am using word line. So I actually have given you all the initial concept, if you remember, about you remember, I think this only. Suppose we have a three axis, y, z, and definitely this is my x-axis. So x-axis is just like here, and this is my line. Line may be here or here or here, but for convenient purpose I am taking line here. So can you see the condition like that? So I taught you that this line is making angle alpha with the positive direction of x-axis. This line is making angle beta with the positive direction of y-axis, and line is making with z-axis the angle gamma angle. So alpha, beta and gamma, we have a triangle. See again, those haven't studied before. This is alpha, this is beta and this is gamma. These are the positive direction of y-axis. This is x, positive direction of x-axis, and this is positive direction of y-axis, and these angles called alpha, beta and gamma. And this already I have taught you already. So for x-axis I will draw like that because I can't draw in this way, so I am choosing this way. Moreover, I take a line. So this is my line. In the last chapter I took, it was vector, both are same, and this line is making angle alpha, beta and gamma with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So I taught you that direction cosines of any line are given by cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Where alpha, beta, gamma, you know it, I taught you in the figure, and we are finding the direction cosines of a line. Okay, alpha, beta, gamma, you know the angle. This cos alpha is normally given by L, and this is M, and this is N. These are the specific symbol L, M, N. In the speaking convenient purpose, we take cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma equal to L, M, N. One more formulas. I taught you in last chapter with derivation, L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. That is very important, that formula. Instead of L, you can write cos alpha, meaning you can write cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equal to 1. So, both are equivalent formulas. You can use any one. Second thing, L, M and they have a range. They have a range -1 to 1. That is a very important thing. -1 to 1, because L, M, N are none else but they are actually cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. So these cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma, and you know the range of cos from -1 to 1. So this is a range of element. Third thing, can you see this is a line which is making angle beta with the y-axis, which is looking actually very easy, and for easy convenient purpose I am taking with the y-axis that angle made by line with y-axis is beta. If I take its parallel line, what do you think? Even this line is not passing from the origin point, but if I ask you what angle this is making with y-axis, definitely parallel line always makes same angle. Like if I extend that, this angle definitely will be beta. Same as I can't tell you about the x and z axis, but I tell you that the angle will be same, because when lines are parallel, they will, or line will make always forever same angle with xyz axis. So keep remember, if this is line which is actually not passing from origin point, still it will make alpha beta gamma angle with the 3 axis. And you know that when angles are same, cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma will also same, meaning element will be same. So what conclusion you will take out? The conclusion is, if the L, M, N are the direction cosine of this line, definitely the direction cosine of its parallel line also will be element, meaning they will not change, meaning the direction cosine of all the parallel lines are always same. So we will take out the conclusion that direction cosines of parallel lines are always same, equal. So this is only the very important concept we have learned here. Okay, so initially you have already that we studied all. It was as a revision I am making, because in the further exercise it is again coming. So I just want to again familiar to you with all the symbols and so on, so that till here we already have studied, again we have seen it. Now next, if we talk about OP or something like AB, and I say direction cosine of line AB are element, but you know that AB and BA are same, but when we use a vector now, AB and BA are different. So when we do not concern about order of line AB or BA, the element will be same. Like direction cosine of AB is element, direction cosine of BA are also an element. But when we talk about vector now, so if direction cosine of line AB is element, the direction cosine of BA will be minus L, minus N, and minus L. That only to keep remember. You don't bother about all this. Actually, in the case of direction cosine, the direction is very important. When we talk about AB, so we take element, but when we talk about BA, we take minus L, minus M, minus L. Sometime AB and BA are considered same, because that time we do not use vector. So please don't get confused about all these things. If you are taking only element for both the things AB and BA, it is also considered correct. You don't worry about it. Okay, so this, please keep remember these things. Very important thing, we have studied that. Now we talk about direction ratios. Again, so I taught you that the numbers which are always proportional to element, the numbers which are always in proportion, equal proportion of element, they called direction ratios. Can you see? L upon A, M upon B, N upon C. A, B, C are three numbers which are in proportion of element, equal proportion of element. They call direction ratios. In the picture, we cannot tell you where are A, B, C. We can see element because we can see angle. Element depends on angle. Whenever somewhere the angle is coming, or we are talking about angle made by line with all the axes, definitely it connect with the element, meaning we have to find out that time element or something like that. So you know that angle is completely connected with LMN. Keep remember. Okay. But when we talk about three numbers which are proportional to LMN, they called ABC. But something I tell you, I taught you also equal to K and something. Can you see please the previous lectures in which I taught everything? I taught you one formula. N equal to A upon A square plus B square plus C square, n equal to B upon same, n equal to C upon same. That time it was plus and minus, but I also said that we also can take only one symbol, plus symbol. So it is also correct. So I am taking plus symbol, and this is very important formula when we have to find element and ratios are given. So I just want to pull your attention on two things. L and N have actually formula, but this particular formula will be used at only one cost when element will be given. Sorry, alpha, beta, gamma will be given, and you know that what is alpha, beta, gamma. You know, when alpha, beta and gamma will be given, you will use this formula Lmn equal to cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. But if element will not be given, sorry, when alpha, beta, gamma will not be given, and you will be told to find the Lmn, then definitely this formula will be used. What is A and what is B, what is C? These are the direction ratios of line. So lots of things actually here I have to tell you. See one by one, but don't forget this formula. We have only two formulas of Lmn. First one cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, but this is bounded formula because that can be used only when alpha, beta, gamma will be given. But if these are not given, you can use this formula because we have just two formulas of finding Lmn. Okay, now this is a formula taught you here, don't forget please. Now next, one thing is very important. This is my line AB whose ratios are 2, 3 and 5. Few things again I want to tell you. There is no foundation of ABC as L, M and we had a foundation from -1 to 1, but there is no criteria for ABC. One more thing, L square plus n square was 1, but here is no condition of A square plus B square plus C square equal to 1. Now, A square plus B square plus C square always not equal to 1, forever not equal to 1. A square plus B square plus C square never equal to 1. And this is particular the identity, how to identify Lmn, how to identify ABC. This is the way. This is very simple way now. You only add, square and add. If you supposed to get 1, meaning this number will be Lmn. If it is not 1, meaning they are ratios. Okay. So one thing which I want to tell you, when we talk about AB and this is their ratios, ABC 2, 3, 5. Suppose 3 number 2, 3, 5. Their ratios, the ratio of AB, direction ratios of AB. I tell you one thing. If we talk about its parallel line, parallel line. So I tell you one thing, very important thing, that the ratio of CD may be equal to 2, 3, 5 or proportional. Like 4, 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6, 5 2s are 10. Like that. So remember that what I am telling you, very important I am telling you. If it is 2, 3, 5, direction ratios of AB is 2, 3, 5, direction ratios of CD will maybe 2, 3, 5 or it may be its proportional. Whatever you wish to take, you can. In symbolic form, if symbolic form I tell you, suppose the ratios of line AB is ABC or ABC, direction ratios of its parallel line can be taken ABC, or you can take AK, BK, CK. Don't bother about K. K is any constant. Like if these two are always proportional, you put A upon AK, B upon BK, C upon CK, always same. Always same. You know, it's very important, students, and you have to remember that one. If you're still confused, I can tell you. Look at it. L upon 2, M upon 3, N upon 4. What are 2, 3, 4? 2, 3, 4 are direction ratios. Why? Because they are proportional to element. But if I am writing instead of that 4, 6 and 8. This is also not wrong. Why? Because this was 2, this is 4, this is 3, this is 6, this is 4, this is 8. Proportional. You can cancel by 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s, and same will be coming. Same will be coming. So, lines are same, but ratios looks different, but they are actually proportional. They'll consider same. 2 3 4 is a ratio of this line. 4 6 8 is a ratio of this line. If I ask you what is the nature of these lines, you can say that these lines are parallel because their ratios are proportional. So keep remember, when two lines are parallel, their ratios can be considered equal or can be considered proportional. Okay. Keep remember, this thing is also very important. Okay. Now let me tell you one thing. I just want to tell you some difference between the vector and the geometry. How we can connect? How can we connect it? Try to understand. I am telling you one thing. Look at. You remember that A is, suppose, x 2, 3 and 5. This is the coordinate of any point A, 2, 3, 5. So if we say in the geometry, since this is 2, 3, 5 suppose, and this is O, this is P. So when we talk about OP as a vector, sorry, it is A. As a vector, it will be written 2i, 3j and 5k. So what the thing I want to tell you, this is the position vector of A with respect to O. So if you are finding the position vector of any point with respect to O, meaning you know the coordinate of that A, 2, 3, 5. So only the thing in the geometry and the vector is, in the vector you say position vector, in the geometry you say coordinate. Position vector of A is 2i, 3j, 5k. The coordinate of A is 2, 3, 5. So keep remember. Keep remember. Very important thing that is. Again, I tell you one thing. I tell you one thing. Remember it. A is x1, y1, z1. Coordinate of A. Coordinate of B. x2, y2, z2. If we say it is A, it is B. What is vector AB? You remember? x2 minus x1. I. Don't forget. y2 minus y1. J. z2 minus z1. K. This is the way of finding any vector when two endpoints are given. A given, B given, you can find AB, vector AB. And I taught you the coefficient of I, coefficient of J, coefficient of K. These are nulls, but they are direction ratios of AB. AB. This is vector, but direction ratios of vector AB will be found by here. So, can you conclude it now? That always coefficient of I, coefficient of J and coefficient of K are direction ratios of that vector. That only I write here any random vector A, 2i, 3j, 5k. If I ask you what is 2 minus 3 and 5, you instant say that 2 minus 3 and 5 are none else but they are direction ratios of A because they are coefficient of I, J, K. Coefficient of I, J, K always direction ratios of in any general vector. Any general vector. Okay. So keep remember that. Also I taught you. Again I will tell you something. What you are learning here. Keep remember. Can you convert this vector criteria in geometric criteria? So say it is line AB. It was vector AB. Say it is line AB. What are the direction ratios you got? x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z2. Now I am rubbing it. In same line I will write without vector. If A is this, if B is this, what are direction ratios of line AB? Can you think that I didn't use a vector? I am saying it is line AB. No, I am not using vector. But answer is same. You need not write your answer in IJK, but reply directly that what direction ratios of line AB I taught you, x2 minus x1, comma y2 minus y1, comma z2 minus z1, that I taught you initially. That time I created vector AB which was x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap. But this time, and that time also I taught you the coefficient of I, j and k are none else but they are direction ratios. This time I didn't prepare a produces AB vector. I just have written line AB and I am not finding the equation of line. I didn't teach you till now. I have yet to teach you the equation of line. I am just asking what is the direction ratios of line AB. That is the formula y2 x2 minus x1 comma y2 minus y1 comma z. This is very important formula. And this are what? A, B, C. Direction ratios. AB. This is A, this is B, this is C. If I ask you find element of AB, you don't bother and try to focus on element. How we can find out element? So we have only two ways, either cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, but alpha, beta, gamma angle which are not given. So only the second way will be followed, which L equal to A upon A square plus B square plus C square, M equal to B upon N equal to C upon. This formula will be used for finding element. So these are what? A, B, C. So you can find by after finding A, B, C, you can use this formula and get answer. I put one example. You can get it soon. And I will tell you both of the ways. Vector form, geometric form. Look at it. Suppose A is given 2, 3, 5. B is given -1, 7 and 3. And I am saying that find the direction cosines of line AB. Geometric vector in geometry, in three-dimensional geometry. I am not using vector here. So I taught you that direction cosine is depending on two formulas, either cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. But alpha, beta, gamma was given, but this time it is not given. So we will use a second one. What? A, B, C we will find out ratios. And I taught you how to find ratios. Look at it. Because A is 2, 3, 5, B is -1, 7, 3. Direction ratios of line AB I taught you. Meaning ABC. How we can find out ABC? This minus this, x2 minus x1, -1 minus 2, -3, 7 minus 3, 3 minus 5, -2. These are ABC. Now keep remember, when 2 points are given, second points minus first points are direction ratios of that line joining joining 2 points. Okay. So ABC, after finding ABC, we can use L equal to A square, B square, C square, A, B, C. A upon A square 9, 16 and 4. Answer is -3 upon 29. This is L. Similarly M and N. You know M equal to B upon. So 4 upon 29 will be coming. And C equal to, the last N equal to C upon this, meaning -2 upon 29 will be coming. So this was all about, that when 2 points are given and we are told to find direction cosine, we can find this way. Okay, now I want to attach this concept with the vector. That time also I taught you how we can get our answer in the vector. Look at, I tell you. Suppose you are given this A and B. That time the question will be given, find the direction cosines of vector AB. Can you think? This time it is line AB, but this time it is vector AB. So when in case of vector, if question is given, and if you don't remember this method, if you remember this method, you can use this method and answer will be correct. Full marks you will obtain. But if you know the method, you can use it. How we can go through the method? Look at it. Because we are told to find direction cosine of vector AB, so first find vector AB. You know that vector AB is equal to what? IJK concept. So how we can get, when A is given, B is given, so AB is equal to this minus this, IJK. You remember it. Minus 1 minus 2, 7 minus 3, 3 minus 5. This is my vector AB. And can you compare minus 3, 4 and minus 2? They are what? They are ratios of AB. Look at minus 3, 4 and minus 2. They are ratios of AB. You know, after finding the vector, the coefficient of IJK are none else but they are ratios. So, you know, only the difference, I am not using here IJK and here it is using IJK. Okay, now we want to find direction cosine. So, how we can find direction cosine? Two way we have. You can write by same method. You say it is A, it is B, it is C. Write separately and use the same method and get your answer. But particularly if you want to use a vector method, then what you will do? You will find the unit vector. Again I repeat my sentence. I want to recall your knowledge. Whenever you want to find the direction cosine of any vector, find its cap. Because in ordinary vector, the coefficient of IJK are direction ratios, but in cap, the coefficient of IJK will be cosine. Like, how we can find it? Cap vector AB upon mod AB. So what is vector AB? 3i, 4j, 2k. And what is mod AB? You know it? 9, 16, 4. 9, 16, 4. Meaning 29. Meaning 3 upon 29i, 4 upon 29j, and 2 upon 29k. This is vector A, cap. So can you see it in cap, AB cap? This is L, you know, L was, this time minus 3 by 29 was L. This is L, this is M, this is N. What you learn. In case of vector, you will do like that. Without vector, in geometry, you will do like that. So this is a very simple thing. And if you combine them, also will be correct, no matter at all. But answer will be exact. So keep remember, in simple vector, AB's, the coefficient of AB's IJK are called ABC. But in cap, the coefficient of IJK will be L, M and N. So this is that very important concept I am telling you. So hope you are getting it. By all this thing, we can do the next exercise, I think. And enough we have studied all about ratios and cosines and all. One thing, the concept is coming to my mind, I tell you. Very important thing I am telling you. About axis. I taught you when a line is here, this is making angle alpha with the x-axis, beta with the y-axis and gamma with the z-axis. And you know that cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are element. But if I ask you, find the direction cosines of x-axis. Very good question this is. X-axis is itself a line. This is also line, na? We want to find direction cosine. So can we find the angles? Yes, you can find angles. You know what is L? Cos alpha. What is alpha? The angle made by line with x-axis. But I am finding here the direction cosine of itself x-axis. So find all the angle made by x-axis with all the three axes. So alpha will be, x-axis is making which angle with x-axis? 0. X-axis is making which angle with the y-axis? 90. And x-axis is making which angle with the z-axis? 90. You know, this is just like finger. This is x-axis is making angle 0 with x-axis, angle 90 with the y-axis, angle 90 with the z-axis. So L, M and N will be cos alpha, alpha meaning 0, cos beta, cos gamma. So answer will be L, M, N is equal to 1, 0, 0. So keep remember that direction cosine of x-axis are 1, 0, 0. And similarly, you know it. Direction cosines of y-axis will be 0, 1, 0. Direction cosine of z-axis will be 0, 0, 1. And direction ratios of axis actually cannot be found out, or actually they never happen. This never happen. We never talk about direction ratios of any axis. We always talk about the direction cosines of any axis, which already have made here. So keep remember. So all concepts I recall so that you could be comfortable about the difference between the geometry and the vector. So we will now look for the next exercise in next lecture. Thank you.